Now, between President Trump and Joe Biden, who's going to be the best president of the United States for Asia in the world? And like I said, hands down, it's going to be President Trump because he has shown over the past 4 years during his brief stint as president of the United States that he's going to deliver all his promises. So, first, when he came to power, when he became president, in 2016, we were all hearing about ISIS, right? Where's ISIS now? So, from the time of Obama, a few years before his term expired, it's all ISIS all over the news. We were hearing ISIS, ISIS, ISIS. Okay? If you were paying attention to the media before 2016, you're gonna remember that all the airwaves and the news waves during that period was all about ISIS, all about Islamic terrorism, and one of the reasons why Trump won the 2016 election, despite not being supported by the cultural megaphones of power in the United States, the fake news media, the education, the social media, Hollywood, etc., despite not being supported, despite these megaphones of power being against Trump, Trump won the presidency because of his tough stance against transnational Islamic terrorism. He said, we're going to purge or destroy ISIS once I get to power, and he did all that. Once he became president, he obliterated, he dropped the MOAB, mother of all bombs, in Syria, and the ISIS territories, and a lot of his haters and conspiracy theorists were claiming that you are a puppet of Russia, but then Russia was like trying to prop up Syria, but Trump destroyed Syria. Trump destroyed all these influences of ISIS in that region, right? And that was a blow against to the Russian troops there who were like trying to prop up one group of transnational terrorists in that region. So Trump ended not just ISIS but also Soleimani. Soleimani was like a general in Iran or Iran. Okay, he's a general in Iran who's responsible for the death of a lot of American soldiers and people as well. So he's like the cause. He's like the architect of too many Islamic terror attacks, not only in Asia but also in the West, targeting Americans and infidels. And al-Baghdadi died as well. Al-Baghdadi, the terror leader in the Middle East, and that's the reason why we have all this. And I think these incidents are the reasons why we have these Middle East peace deals, and it was signed already. It was signed. It's all because of President Trump, and we have this first flight, the World Witness, the very first flight from Tel Aviv in Israel to UAE. Okay, a lot of people don't know that Jews were not allowed to enter UAE and other Islamic countries, not even Malaysia and Indonesia. If you are a Jew or an Israeli citizen, you cannot enter these Islamic countries. And Trump caused the expansion of that peace deal by trying to include Sudan, for example, the normalization deal between Kosovo and Serbia. Okay, he caused all this to happen before the expiration of his first term or before the elections, which is a very short period of time, 4 years. He was able to do all this while making America great, And during the duration of this COVID crisis that plagued all over all countries in the world, not just America, but despite all that, we all know that the GDP in the U.S. beat it beats all the GDPs all over the world. So compared to other European countries, the US GDP surged a record 33% in the third quarter as the economy reopened despite all this COVID crisis. So, you know, this is like an artificial collapse of the American economy, but because of Trump being the president of the United States, there's still gonna be hope, and the stock market is still rallying behind Trump. And if Joe Biden is gonna become the president of the United States, there's gonna be collapse of the stock market because there this guy Biden, creepy Joe Biden, who is in the pockets of the Chinese communists, including Russian Vladimir Putin. He doesn't know what he's doing. He didn't even know what he's running for. He said he's running for Senate as Democrat for Senate, and he didn't even know which state he's in. That he's standing with his wife, not his sister, and a lot of gaffes over the past months since he decided to get out of his basement in fear of contracting COVID. Because if he's gonna contract COVID, then that's gonna be a big blow to him, because it's like saying that if you're gonna contract COVID, you're like a sinful individual, right? So it's like a death sentence. So the Democrats fear Biden that Biden might contract COVID, and that's going to be the end of their campaign, because they've been campaigning that Trump contracted COVID because of his negligence, etc. But Trump, as we all know, defeated COVID single-handedly and very successfully in just a matter of days. And because of that, the Democrats and liberals in fake news hate him more. So I'm showing you what kind of politician Joe Biden is. And if you don't know, this is the third time Biden is running for president of the United States. So first he ran in 1988. But he had to withdraw his nomination, his running for primary selection process. So in America, they have this primary system in which the parties are gonna select the best among the nominees or the candidates, and the one who's gonna emerge at the end of the day is gonna be their nominee for presidential election. So Biden, as you can see here, this is a 1988 video. I think this is a UK television program in which he was exposed as a plagiarist and serial liar. He's been lying all years and decades, and lying about his life. Imagine lying about your life, lying about what kind of student you were during your stay in law school. Okay, I went to law school, but I never lied about my life. So as you can see, Joe Biden in 1988 had to stop running for the primary selection process because of plagiarism. He tried to plagiarize the life of a British politician named Neil Kinnock. So here's a video.
Joseph Biden today faces a controversy. 3 weeks ago, at a debate at the Iowa State Fair, he used phrases identical to those delivered by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
Biden seemed to be claiming Kinnock's vision and life as his own.
Building and replacing pipelines.
Right, so that's the nature of Biden, and he talked about character during the debate. So it's all about character, he said, when he was lying all these years, lying about his life, and he's a pedophile. I'm pretty much sure, 110% sure that he's a pedophile. The videos of himself sniffing and molesting and harassing children, and it's videotape. And there's something wrong with this guy. Not only that he's a pedophile, but he's also a very corrupt politician. And I couldn't believe that the young people, the Democrats, are gonna vote for him just because probably they have this TDS virus, which is worse than coronavirus. So a lot of issues about him, especially his 1994 crime bill that jailed black people, and he had the opportunity to really stop that from happening, to repeal or withdraw his crime bill that was responsible for the jailing of thousands upon thousands of young black people. Okay, some of them were freed by, or yeah, freed by President Trump, pardoned by Trump, and he's now saying that he's wrong, but he did nothing in order to stop, the jailing of black people because of the law he supported and passed. So, I there's a lot of reasons as well why we need Trump as president of the U.S. just because for Asia, okay, that's what I'm saying, for Asia and the world. So um, he's gonna make China responsible, and that's one thing he's been saying all these years, over the past months actually, this year, that he's gonna make China responsible and accountable for uh, its criminal negligence, and that's the reason why we have all these cases, thousands or millions of COVID cases worldwide, and they lied about it, and he's not even shy to say that he didn't give a damn about communist China despite its influence, all over the world. So he's not afraid of China, and that's why we need him for Asia and against China. So I don't know how he's gonna make China responsible, but as long as we have a strong leader like him that can counter China's propaganda, China's been lying. It lied about the virus, like I said, in the WHO tweet in January 14, 2020, this year, in January 14, WHO said that according to China, the virus could not be transmitted from humans to humans, which is wrong. And they were like hiding and destroying samples in the early days of January so that the investigators from WHO or the United States, the CDC, are not gonna discover something about the virus, that they've been lying all about the virus since it was first reported in hospitals in Wuhan. So, and apart from that, we don't know where this virus came from actually. If it came from the notorious seafood market in Wuhan, or this is just a case of leak or lab leak, which was being alleged by a lot of Chinese whistle blowers who were silenced. They're either missing, and one of them died because of the coronavirus. Probably they infected this doctor. Yeah, I forget the name of the doctor who died of coronavirus after blowing the whistle against the Chinese government. That it lied about the virus ever since. So we need Trump to be the president of the United States in order to have a better and peaceful Asia. We've seen what he did over the past years, and he's the best choice for Asia, definitely.